Well, it's been about a year, so now it's time to do a little bit of maintenance on the camper. When I had my kayak rack on the roof, I bumped the sides and knocked some of the epoxy off because I didn't use. There's really no way to bend epoxy or the fiberglass mat around corners like this. You can see here where I've already made the same repair. I just need to make this repair here. So what I've done is I've sanded it down out here, which I'll have to clean and sand it later after I've mixed my epoxy for a good solid 2 minutes. So we're good there. Now what I want to do is next, I push my blade up under here and then pop this loose. Okay, you don't really need to fill this up insanely full with epoxy, but you're going to have some squeezing back out, and that's all right too, but you don't want to try to fill it all the way up because it's just going to run down the side and make a mess for you to clean up later. All right, so I'm going to, this is dried out for a couple of days, so I know we're good on that. I'm trying to get that open as much as possible. And then I'll take my swizzle stick out of here. The first thing I did was go ahead and put me a coat of agent on here, that release agent, so when I use this to clamp it on here, it's not going to stick to the side of the camper. I don't need an ink porch, big old porch overhang. And just go like that. And you pretty much do it however you want to do it. Just want to make sure that you get, when you're getting this in there, you want to get it on both sides, side of this veneer and the side of that in there. More than likely you'll put too much on there, which will be fine. It will ooze out, and it will coat real well. Now, I'm not a fiberglass or an epoxy guy, but this is how I've done it. It's worked well for me, so it should work well for you too. Just make sure you get ample in there, that you're going to make sure the sides are going to be all wet and sticky. When I say the sides, it means the inside of this piece and the inside of that piece. And if you feel like you need to, you can move your sticks over a little bit to make sure you didn't miss that little spot. We're going to take these out anyway, just before we apply the clamp. Put those wherever you want. You might want to put them someplace that you don't mind sanding again, because you're pretty much going to, if they stick to something, you're going to have to sand it. So they put just a little shot on here where I've already made the repair. You can see what it's going to look like when it's finished. Gives it that little patina, and not everybody wants a patina on their camper, but mine's getting it. Kind of like that music. Want to hear my music? Want to hear it? Here it comes, kind of thing. Adam Sandler, he's funny. He's a funny guy. I have a little bit left in here, and I'll use it in another spot. Make sure you got another spot sanded down like I do, so you don't have any of this go to waste. Put that on here. Alright, that ought to just about get it right there. And it would be nice to have another set of hands here, because sometimes these clamps know you're in a jam. They're going to make you wait for it, work for it, whatever. Work for it, wait for it. This one's got a bit of a warp in it, so I hope it works. Yeah, scoot that down a little bit so you can see if your gap's closing up on your veneer. Make sure if you have any humps up here on the top to smooth it out, because you don't want to have to, really don't want to deal with that later. If you don't have to. Well, it works out pretty good. I'm good with it. And then if I'll sand that white spot out here and in the top there, and if that doesn't sand out, then what I'll do is I'll just come along here and tape it off and just move my line over a little bit. So that'll be pretty much it for the 5x10 camper today. Let's see. And that's how I'll repair a veneer on, and this is a maple veneer here too. So hope this helps you. See you on the next episode of whatever it is I may be making, fixing, or building. Later.